Ian Datey here, and I want to wrap up 2011 in a little different way with three important questions about life for you to think about as we end one year and start another year. When Steve Jobs wanted to lure Pepsi's John Sculley away from a big corner office and a fat pension he was going to earn to come and work for him at Apple, he's rumored to have sealed the deal with these simple words. Do you want to sell sugar, water for the rest of your life, or do you want to change the world? Yes, Apple users actually believe they're part of a group that's changing the world, and in some respects they are. So what do you want to do? Do you want to simply sell your products and their services for the rest of your life and then retire, or do you want to change the world? When we reach a certain age, as I have now, say in my 60s, we reflect upon our lives. And this time of year for all of us, makes us reflect back on what we have done and what we can do. Reflect back on the past year. And there are three things that we ask ourselves upon reflection. Three questions we ask ourselves that we should ask ourselves. Have I lived is number one. Number two is have I loved? And number three is have I made a difference? Or have I really mattered in the world? We don't ask how many widgets did I sell, or I wish I had charged more for that service back in 1989. We reflect on life, and in particular, the past year. So let's look at each question in turn. The first question is, have I lived? Now, that really means, have I enjoyed the journey? Did I make myself happy with the choices I made and the things I have done and created? Because as we all go through life, we all do something, and we usually create something. And were you happy with what you did? We work and create from our work. We can create a business and build it. We can work for someone else and help them build their business. And if you're handy, like unfortunately I'm not, you can build a house or a rec room or a porch. You may even create children. This is something in our lives we've all created. Something in our lives we've all created, and that maybe is the easiest one to deliver. Have we lived to a certain extent? Have we made ourselves happy? Creation is good, but have you really lived? But the question we also ask is, was it enough? Or could I have done more? So reflect upon that question. The second question is, have I loved? Now this can be fairly easy to answer, and in some respects may be difficult depending on your situation. We need to really know what love is before we can honestly answer that question. So what I did is I looked it up in dictionary.com and I came up with 4 answers. Number 1 is, love is a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. It's a feeling of a warm personal attachment or deep affection as for a parent, a child, or a spouse, or a friend. Sexual passion or desire, and a person toward whom love is felt, a beloved person or a sweetheart. So you can see all of us can probably fit into at least one of those categories, and some of those feelings can last a lifetime, especially for a parent or a child or a spouse, and we probably have felt love in all 4 of those categories at one time or another in our life. So now it boils down to the last question, and this has got to do with your business and particularly you. Have I made a difference, or have I really mattered? Now this can be very tricky to answer, and we all want to believe we have made a difference, that we've mattered. But what does making a difference really mean? We can all make a difference in little ways, and there are some people who have made a difference in a big way. Steve Jobs, as I just mentioned earlier, a huge difference to the technology world, excuse me, and most of us use one of his or more of his products. Winston Churchill made a huge difference in the Second World War when he brought England and the Allies together to defeat Germany. Mother Teresa was a big factor, before she passed away a little while ago, for helping the poor of the world. Jonas Salk, maybe a lot of you don't know him, but he invented the polio vaccine, and now polio is pretty much wiped out in the world. Tony Robbins has made a big difference in many of the people that he has touched. So they've all made a difference to the world, each of them in their own way, and each of them in a very different way. So you don't have to be like somebody else to make a difference. But most of us feel we aren't able or don't want to spend that time and effort to make that big a difference. Yet we still want to make a difference. And there is something all of these people had in common that helped them make a difference. What is that commonality? And what is it that made them different? They pursued their passion. But even more importantly, they put passion into what they did and what they followed. Excuse me. They demonstrated passion for what they believed strongly in in what they were doing, and that it was also good and it was right. So they believed what they were doing was good and it was right what they were doing. So have you made a difference? Are you making a difference right now, especially in your business or in your job? Are you passionate about what you do? Do you convey that to your clients and prospects? Do you convey it to the people you work with? Or are you dragging around hoping something will happen soon and hopefully I'll get a new job or something will happen? So do you convey passion? Are you passionate about what you do? During this holiday season, I'd like you to think very deeply about these three questions. But especially in your business, think about the third question. Are you making a difference? And the only way you can do that is by bringing passion and excitement to your work and to your job. And the only way you can help others is to show them the value you bring them through your passion. Not the features of your products and services. Show them what they can get from your products and services. Show them how your products and services will change their lives for the better. All right? Change their lives for the better. Demonstrate how each person you help will become better because of what your products and services will do for them. Take some work, but in the long run it really pays off. Talk to the people you work with, and especially talk to your clients and prospects about what it means to them personally to do business with you, to work with you, and not just how it will benefit the company for their work. Ask them on a deeper level. Ask them on a personal level. Let them know you care about them as individuals and that you truly do want them to succeed. We don't do this often enough. In fact, sometimes we don't even do it at all. I hope I've helped you succeed this year and made a difference, no matter how small it may have been. And if I can help you succeed next year, please let me know, as I will always be putting out more videos and more helpful content for you to use. I truly do wish that you have a wonderful Christmas holiday, no matter how you celebrate it. And I do hope that next year is your best year yet. And it will be if you make a difference to the people you touch and you work with passion and you show them the value you bring them. Merry Christmas, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the new year.